And so I was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to get out. Whew. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Literally feel like a complete stranger. I haven't been here in forever, but we're gonna get into that. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into all of that. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name's Ashley. I've been gone for a little minute, but I am back, and this video is going to be all things of starting over. So, let me grab my phone. I did jot down categories because I don't want this video to be all over the place or too long, but it's really no order to it. I'm coming very casual, very cozy. But I did again want to just have like a starting point so that I'm not just talking forever. So I did kind of create just a little notes. So anyways, with that being said, let's just get into this video. Your girl is starting over at 25. She's starting over at 25, and I want to start off with basically saying why. Like, why am I starting over? What kind of led me to this place, to kind of needing this rebrand, recharge, etc. So, if you don't know, I was in the Air Force, recently separated, and I was in the Air Force for 6 years. I joined fresh out of high school, 18 years old, and I signed a 6-year contract. At the time, I thought that was a smart decision because I was young and I didn't have a lot of information about adulthood. Pretty sure none of us do. But as I got closer to my date of separation, I just felt really unmotivated and I felt burnt out. And I know there are some people who are in the military and they do outside jobs, have different passions, different hobbies, and that's amazing. But it got to the point where I was feeling so burnt out and just like unhappy, unmotivated, that even the time that I did have off from work, I didn't want to pursue my passions. I didn't want to pursue hobbies. I was trying to take myself like on little solo dates, which I did capture on YouTube. If you've been following, you kind of saw those videos here and there. But long story short, I was just at a place where I was completely burnt out, unmotivated, and unhappy. And when it got to that point, I had to sit with myself and I had to really decide, okay, is this somewhere that you should stay long term? And I know that there's a lot of people that argue, oh, you could have retired in your 30s, or oh, like sometimes you have to stay at a job that like you don't really like because like that's what you have to do. And all of these different things. But for me personally, I'm a type of person where I'm going to choose my happiness. And you know, I think that when you prioritize your mental health, your physical health will fall in line. But when you neglect your mental health, oftentimes your physical health is also going to be neglected. Imagine you're waking up and you're super depressed. Now you're eating a lot of bad food. You're not really getting the proper sleep. You're staying up. You're worrying. So for me personally, I feel like your mental health is a priority because it can lead into your physical health and other things in your life. And honestly, that's what was happening to me. I reached a low. I was uninspired, uncreative. And I remember telling my aunt, like, I would wake up almost every day with migraines. And I'm wondering why. Like, why am I having all these migraines? And it was because my body was showing me something's not right. You're not happy here. And if that wasn't enough, the end of my year in the Air Force, so many doors closed that if I wanted to stay, it was like, no, you're not. And that was a big confirmation because, of course, when you're deciding, okay, what should I do next in life? If you are a believer in Christ, you're going to go to God. And that's what I did. I was constantly praying, constantly fasting, like, okay, God, what am I meant to do next? Because I'm unhappy, but I don't want to move out of purpose. I don't want to move off my own selfishness, pride, ego. I want to do it your way. And so literally, I remember I received a notification for an assignment to Europe, But in order for me to take the assignment, I would have had to extend my contract for an additional 2 years. So I would have stayed in for like about 3 years at that point. Um, and I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be, because like it's Europe. I've always wanted to go to Europe. And then that assignment got canceled. And I was like, okay. Then I was supposed to deploy, and the location I had was like basically a vocational spot. Like everyone was talking about, like, oh girl, you're basically gonna be on vacation. You're gonna have the time of your life. So I'm like, okay, this could be good. This could be like maybe a little reset that I need. Deployment got canceled. And so I was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to get out. The last thing and the ice on the cake was it was time for promotions, and I missed the next rank. I was aiming for staff sergeant. I missed the next rank by 3 points. No, I think it was 4 points. And I was like, okay, God, like this is confirmation. Some people were telling me, no, that just means you're so close. But to me, that was confirmation that it was time for me to get out. Because what in the odds that last year, as I'm unhappy, unmotivated, and crying out to God, is this somewhere I should stay? All of these doors that would have made old Ashley re-enlist stay in got closed. So for me, that was confirmation. And I went ahead and I exit the door. So that's a little bit why I am starting over. So fast forward to what am I doing now? Okay. I got out of the Air Force officially September 2025. So not even 6 months ago. But before I got out, I did take some time off. So the good thing about the military is you get an offer to do Skill Bridge. Long story short, Skill Bridge is a program where you can work at a certain job, intern, etc., and you don't have to be stationed at your duty location. So during that time, I moved back home and I was traveling. We made it to Canada. Okay, so it is a little bit dim because your girl been on the move. I got some food, I unpacked a little bit, and I was getting ready to take a shower, but then I was like, wait, I didn't do a little quick catch up. So hence I had already closed the blinds, so it may be a little bit dim, but let's do a little quick room tour and then let's catch up. So when you first walk in, this is the door. And then we have a little coffee Keurig area, which is so nice. And then here we have our safe and closet area. And then when we turn, we have our bathroom. Like I said, I did start unpacking a little bit, so hence my stuff is out. But this is the bathroom. A nice shower. I love that it has this glass door. Oop, sorry, y'all. That was kind of noisy. And then once we come out the bathroom, we have our room. So we have 2 beds. Again, I started unpacking, so I bought my blanket, y'all. I put my pajamas on there. And then we have this little seating area, which I'm gonna wake up in the morning and do my quiet time as always. Have my journal, my Bible. And then these are the blinds, as you can see. I'm already closed them. And then we have our TV area, our big mirror. My stuff is laid out, phone charger. But yeah, this is our room for the night. So I'm probably gonna sit down and catch up a little bit more once I make it to Bali. But long story short, your girl is getting out the Air Force. If you've been following along, then you know I'm almost at 6 years. So in September it will hit 6 years, and I decided that I'm not going to re-enlist. I'm not going to extend none of that. I'm going to get out to really just focus on some other avenues. But I wanted to celebrate myself for all the hard work I've been doing and honestly just take a vacation. A lot has happened last year, a lot of changes, and I was like, I just need to retreat, be with myself, take a little vacation, because Honestly, next year and even this year, after this trip, I probably won't go on a trip, especially out the country for a little bit, because I really just want to focus on some upcoming projects that I know is going to take a lot of time for me. So I was like, if there's any time for me to book this trip, it is now. So I went ahead. Of course, I prayed about it. I didn't feel any, anxiety. So I went ahead and did it. But your girl flew with Emirates. A little bit of backstory. I flew with Emirates because you're probably wondering, why are you in Canada? I flew with Emirates and they had a long layover and it was the cheapest flight, hence the long layover. So my layover is 21 hours, y'all. Okay, so I landed in Canada at 3 p.m. My flight isn't until 1 p.m. tomorrow. But God is so good because I was like, I'm just gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. And this hotel is in, like, it's right across the street from the airport. You can actually take the shuttle from like the airport to this hotel, or you can walk out the airport and then just walk across. But it's literally walking distance. And it's so nice. The lady was so nice to me. She gave me free club access. So basically with the club access, I'm able to get free food. I don't gotta pay for nothing. And there's like breakfast buffets, there's dinner buffets. I just ate the dinner buffet. It was really good. And you can eat as much as you want. Obviously buffet. And then they also have like pool access, fitness access. I may do more of a hotel tour tomorrow, but she was like, I don't, because I asked her about military discount, and then she was like, yeah, let me call someone, but they weren't answering. And she was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you free club access so you don't have to pay for it. It would have been like, I think, additional $60 or $70, but she just gave it to me for free. I'm like, hallelujah. And she also gave me this room at a discounted rate. I'm just like, God is so good. Favor. But I will be here just one night and then we'll be at our next destination. We made it to Bali. Here's a little bit of the room tour. I just got in, so I'm gonna probably do a proper one in the morning, but I did want to show y'all this little cute swan they had on the bed. And here is the bed area. I already started unpacking, so hence my little blanket. And then over here we have a desk and a TV. Again, started unpacking, so I have my devotional books out, my phone, little backpack. And then I have some shoes over here, which is going to be like my outside shoes. So I'm just going to put them aside. And then we have our closet area. I'm going to fix this up a little bit more because I don't like the way that I have it laid out. But your girl's tired. So this is what we have so far. But again, I did start unpacking just to kind of know where my stuff is at. And they have a fan, y'all. Hallelujah. And then we come over here. Here is the bathroom area. Oh my gosh. So relaxing. But yeah, I already started unpacking, hence my little shelf area. And then this is the mirror. This is the front of the bathroom. But yeah, this is the villa. There is a patio and then a pool area, but I didn't show y'all that because I just came in and started unpacking. But I will show y'all that tomorrow. But this is the villa at night, and then we'll do a little room tour in the morning. I was waking up in the morning and I was having slow mornings. The good thing about the Skill Bridge program I chose was it was only on Saturdays and Sundays. And it wasn't every Saturday and Sunday. So it would be like 2 Saturdays and Sundays, and then you'll have a week off, and then it would be the next Saturday and Sunday. It was kind of bad because I wasn't able to attend church as much as I wanted to, but it was good because it wasn't like a Monday through Friday 9 hour shift type of thing. It was just on the weekends. And so I had the whole week to myself to have slow mornings. I would wake up and I would go for long walks. I'm talking about like hour long walks. I would spend time getting closer to God, reading my Bible. I ate a lot, which also mean I gained some weight because I was eating just every little thing I kept my hands on. But no, it was just like everything that I needed and more. And so after traveling, eating all the good foods, taking moments to rest and recharge, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do career wise? And I came up with Paul's Vintage. So I did create my very own store, my very own brand. Now, I also launched this in September, so we are not even 6 months in. It's still very new, but I knew that I wanted to really start working for myself. I figured if I could give the Air Force 6 years of my life, why not give myself 6 months? Okay, just to see what could happen and really focus in and go after my goals and my hobbies, because I love fashion. Anyone that knows me knows I love fashion. I love vintage. So I combined the two and I created Paul's Vintage. Now, we have already did drop number 1, which was in September. However, we are doing drop number 2, which is going to be January 17th. So it's pretty soon. And this drop has been one that's been exciting. I kind of have some pieces behind me. That's like a little sneak peek, if you will. But this collection is all things winter blues. And I feel like it's fitting because in the winter you can hear, about the blues. You're often feeling sad, depression, etc. But with this collection, we're doing a twist on that. So inspiring people to know that although it's the winter, you can still look fashionable. You can still be happy in spirit because, of course, we're trusting God no matter what. And I think that this collection was fitting, of course, because I was mentioning how I was at a place of unmotivated unhappiness. But now I feel like I'm coming out the water, if you will. And I am so much more better and in such a better place. So that's just a little bit on. Okay, I think I'm running out of memories, so let me fix that and then I'm gonna. Okay, we're back. So hopefully we should be good. But yeah, so that's a little bit on why I'm starting over and then where I'm at now. So yeah, again, to kind of recap, because we took a little break and now I gotta remember where I was at. But I started Paul's Vintage. I moved back home, so I'm back in New Orleans, which seems crazy because little 18-year-old me was like, I'm never coming back. But I'm the opposite now that I'm back. I'm like, I needed to leave. I think that I grew a lot in California and I learned a lot in the Air Force, but being back home has just reminded me of how important family is, how blessed I am to have the family I have that support me and show up for me in so many ways. And again, being in the military, you realize not everyone has family. And so being back home, I'm just so thankful for the spaces I'm in, to have family pray over me, going out for different lunches, even just going for a walk, just having that family time. And so, yeah, that's a little bit of where I'm at now. Left the Air Force, okay, moved back home, opened her own business, entrepreneur, and in the midst of dropping her second collection as we speak. I will put the link below, so if you do want to check out Paul's Vintage, see certain pieces we have, feel free. I'm also going to, I want to go live on either YouTube, or if I'm not able to, I'll try to link the live for an app called Whatnot. It is an app, so it's kind of like another social media platform you have to go to. But I'm gonna try to see if I can go live on YouTube. I really hope that I can, because I would love to go live with you all on the day of the drop, like an hour before, and kind of just talk about it and just have a little launch party with you all. So I'm going to tweak my YouTube and make sure that that's good to go and hope that I can go live. And if so, I will definitely do like maybe a post or a short video letting you all know the details for that live. But yeah, that's like a big update. And the last thing I wanted to end on is how am I feeling now? And the truth answer is I am so happy, and that's not, me trying to like sugarcoat things or just be positive, but like I am so happy. And as I walked into 2026, I told myself that I am prioritizing my peace. No more am I focused on things I can't control. No more am I going into places that disturb my peace. But I really just want to prioritize my peace. And that's what I've been doing, just that. And so even with starting Pulse Vintage, there's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I'm figuring out, but I'm thankful for it all because I know that I'm truly happy and I truly love fashion and vintage. So I'm creating that atmosphere of like, I love doing this. So no matter the like ups and downs, like I'm okay. But when you're not happy and you don't love what you're doing, it's going to make it a lot difficult to stick to it, you know? So, yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to touch on. Your girl really, really do. I really want to be back on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna try to stick to being consistent and posting on Tuesdays. That's my goal, to post every single Tuesday. But hey, be gentle with me because I've been gone for a long time, and there's so many other avenues that I'm trying to dab in. But again, I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for everyone that stayed here supporting me. And of course, I'm just continuing to give everything to God. I'm continuing to just, pray and say, okay, God, where next? Where are we supposed to go? And I am understanding that if my soul is at a place of disruption, then that's probably because there's somewhere else I'm meant to go. And that's kind of just what had happened. So, cheers to starting over at 25. We are following the things that makes us happy, choosing our peace, taking the risk, and trusting God most importantly. So, feel free. Voila, excuse me, I can't even talk. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Join the fam. I'm back now. I'm back, okay? And like, comment if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, before we go, and if no one has told you, I'm here to tell you that I am proud of you. You're doing enough, sweetie.